Hey, it's Teresa with My Lice Advice, and today I'm talking about lice and no nits. What I mean is, what does it mean if you find lice bugs in your hair, but you're not finding any nits in there? I'm going to talk about the 3 reasons why that can happen and also what to do if you find yourself in this situation. Let's get to it. Before getting started, just so you know who I am, my name's Teresa with myliceadvice.com, and I'm a registered nurse, and I actually specialize in head lice. So if in this video you discover lice, don't freak out. Just go to myliceadvice.com. I have step-by-step videos. I'll walk you through how to get rid of it. All right, that's enough about me. Let's talk about lice and not finding any nits. Reason number 1, looking for white nits. So you'll often hear lice eggs, also referred to as nits. I use those 2 words interchangeably, lice eggs and nits. And what these are little eggs that are laid in the hair that are glued on the hair strand. Lice eggs can be a variety of colors. It really depends on how close they are to hatching. But you're most likely to find lice eggs within 1/4 inch of the scalp, glued onto the hair strand, and they're usually going to be darker. They're going to be like a golden color or a dark brown color. So after lice eggs hatch, they're usually referred to as nits. And so if someone has a whole bunch of nits in the hair, then that's a sign that they've had lice for a really long time. Whereas when somebody just is starting with lice, they're not going to have a bunch of these nits in the hair. They're going to have more of these darker lice eggs. So yeah, it's not uncommon if you just discovered a bug or 2 in your child's hair to not find a bunch of these white, already hatched nits. That's something that you usually find after you've had it for a long time. Instead, what you're going to find are these lice eggs that are darker. That's because they still have a bug inside of them, as opposed to the old white ones. Those are ones that have already hatched. You're going to have those later on if you've had lice for a long time. So what you should be looking for is these darker lice eggs. And I show you exactly how to do that in a video tutorial of mine called How to Check for Lice. You can find that on my website, myliceadvice.com, and I'll also put a link in the description below. Reason number 2, you just caught it. So this is awesome if you can catch lice this early where you just have a bug in the hair and no lice eggs have been laid yet. However, this is really, really unlikely because lice lay between 5 and 10 lice eggs a day. So don't just assume that this is what's happened. Make sure you do a really, really thorough check before assuming this. And reason number 3, this bug doesn't lay eggs. Well, the most common reason for finding a lice bug in the hair and no lice eggs is if you got a male lice bug in your hair. There are female bugs and male bugs. And if you were fortunate enough for a male to crawl in your hair, yeah, it's not going to lay any lice eggs because it's a guy. And as far as telling whether or not you're looking at a male or a female, without like a microscope and scientific stuff, you're not going to be able to figure that out. Just that is one option. If you don't find any lice eggs, it might have been a male. The other option is if it's a very young lice bug. Even if it's a female, females don't typically lay eggs until they're adults. So if you found just a little tiny baby bug, then it doesn't lay any eggs because it's not old enough to. Okay, so those are the top 3 reasons why you can find lice or a lice bug in your hair and not find any lice eggs or nits. But let me talk now about what I would recommend to you. I've already told you multiple times the number 1 thing I recommend is to check again. Make sure that you actually know what you're looking for. You're not looking for these white nits. You're looking for these darker lice eggs. And again, I have a video tutorial that shows you exactly what you're looking for and how to look for it in that video, How to Check for Lice, on my website, myliceadvice.com, or there's a link below. And then number 2, the other thing you have to make sure you do is check everybody else in the house because lice is crazy contagious. So maybe this child just picked up lice, but did they pick it up from one of your other kids? Because a lot of times that's the case. Somebody will notice lice on one of their kids and there's only one bug. But what they don't realize is that they have another child with lots of lice and lots of lice eggs. So before just thinking, oh, I got lucky and caught it really early, make sure that nobody else has it. Now, number 3 is the question that I get asked a lot, and is it, should I treat for lice if all I found was 1 or 2 lice bugs and I never found any lice eggs? Or should I not treat? Now, in this case, it really depends on how many bugs you found. If you truly have found 1 single lice bug in your child's hair and you've checked them really thoroughly, there's no lice eggs, nothing, just 1 single lice bug, then the chances of them having just picked it up are pretty high. You don't necessarily need to do anything about it or treat them. I would recommend just continuing to check and make sure that there really only was 1 in there. You probably have really gotten lucky. However, if you find multiple lice bugs in your child's hair, then you have lice. There's lice eggs in there, and you do need to take care of it. And if you do have lice and you'd like some help, then head over to myliceadvice.com. There's loads of free resources there, including a free house cleaning checklist specific to head lice. So that's it for today. Be sure to like and subscribe below. And if you have a comment, feel free to leave a comment. And if you have discovered lice, then head over there and check out that step-by-step video system. I'll see you there.